Hi, and welcome to the 435 Politics Show. My name is Scott. I am the host here on The Scott Show. We are live on thescottshow.com. Hopefully we will have that website up shortly, but we are also on YouTube. You gotta find us. We don't have a lot of people, but we're gonna get the word out there. We'll send it out there all over the place. And also, we are on Spreaker.com/The Scott Show. It should go live on Facebook as well, on SoundCloud, and all the other great stuff we got going on. But I'm on the 435 Politics channel to talk a little bit about politics. And you might think, hey, why are we talking about Brexit on the 435 Politics channel? Because that's the channel we moved it to. If we want to have some sort of an American watching English politics or British politics channel all on its own, we will look at that in the future as we expand. We're expanding as we're moving forward. We just relaunched this channel today, and I want to thank you guys for listening. So, we are talking about Brexit. Brexit is the British exit from the European Union. And that is a big deal. They voted for it in 2016. 17 million people voted to leave the European Union. And now it's been in Parliament for the last 3 years. They've gone through many different prime ministers, including David Cameron, who was the first one, who left shortly after the vote. Then Theresa May came in. She had a deal which got defeated 3 times in the House of Commons in England. And then now Boris Johnson, the former mayor of London. Boris Johnson is a very interesting character. If you watch him, and you watch, his hair is kind of always messed up, his tie, he does not look like the common British person that you would think in politics. You would almost think of him as one of the young ones. If you guys know who I'm talking about, thank God for you, because you know who the young ones are, and I love you guys, especially who know who the young ones are. But what I want to talk about today is a little bit of insight, how I think it's going with the whole Brexit thing, what exactly that is, and just give you guys a little insight, because I will be talking about it quite a bit, probably on a different channel. Right now we're on the 435 Politics channel, which normally I just use for American politics, but we might move over to British politics. So I'm going to give you guys a little insight on how it works. 3 minutes, 15 seconds into this, here we go. So, England voted to leave the European Union. They are a part of the European Union. That means there are no borders in between Ireland and Northern Ireland, and things just constantly flow. Medicine, food, people. So that's a big deal. Now, England voted to leave the European Union, which means become their own independent to everything. That means they have to come up with their own trade deals, and that means that they have to recreate the borders. They can't, you can't be in, leave the European Union and still get all of the benefits. Now, there is a certain amount of money that the English pay into the European Union, which I heard was billions, for the right to be a part of the Union. So, they voted to leave. Then it went through Parliament. Theresa May, who was the Prime Minister, had made a deal with Donald Tusk and some of the other people in the European Union to leave, and they had a deal. And it was it was the withdrawal agreement. They had to recall an article called Article 50. Article 50 is just saying that, hey, I'm going to go. So that's just what it is. So, with that, Theresa May got defeated 3 times in Parliament, and then she gave up, and Boris Johnson moved in to number 10. Number 10 Downing Street is where the Prime Minister lives in England. That is the residence. So you'll constantly hear number 10 with them. So that happened. Now, with them leaving the European Union, they were going to leave in March. Now they're going to leave on Halloween. But the House of Commons yesterday voted to leave and change the date to January, or ask the EU something different. Now, the Speaker, John Bercow, who I think is an amazing guy, John Bercow, I can't say enough great things about him. Listen to him speak, it's just amazing. Maybe I'll grab some of his more awesome comments and use them here on the channel. But Speaker Bercow is one of those guys that does not want to see the England leave without a deal. And yesterday the House of Commons voted to not to block a no-deal exit, which will mean that we are still in this big fight. The House of Lords are talking about it right now. That's how the English are broken up. It's the House of Lords and the House of Commons. So the House of Lords is picked either from they're called peers, and it just matters how you were pretty much born. There are bishops in there. There are life peers, which are people who have that seat for life, and there are hereditary peers, which are people that are just born. And I've heard an English saying before, born from accident to this seat, and that's how it kind of breaks down. So I do love talking about Brexit. It is kind of an introduction. This thing, we will talk about it more. I will probably have it. YouTube does not break down the channels, so whatever we talk about, whatever I bring up, just goes on the YouTube. So check it out. There'll be lots and lots of videos, lots of content. But if you want to hear a certain video of mine, by all means check it out on youtube.com. Check it out on speaker.com. I will have it all over the place. And thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to leave now. We're going to find out what happens and come up with more Brexit videos, talk about what happened, and give you guys a little detail. I just wanted to get a little intro and talk about how cool it was to be back on the Scott Show. And we'll figure it out, and we'll get that website up, and we'll see you guys very soon here on thescottshow.com.